नामों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this webinar of Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Over Chai presented by the management of Franchise India with an aim to introduce you with a new business opportunity every day at 12 o'clock. Today also we have a great opportunity for you into F&B industry. But before we'll start introducing with the brand and we'll start the journey of today's webinar, I'll run you through quickly with the Q&A process. If you have any questions during the webinar, please type your question into the Q&A box. We will take up all your questions post our presentation. So during the brand details and the brand download, you can keep writing your questions, your queries into the Q&A box, and we will answer them live into the webinar itself. I would request you to avoid raising your hand, as at this platform, you can only leave your questions into the Q&A box. We will understand your questions and will provide you the answers at live webinar only. Our today's brand is it's KAFFIIA Bakery and Cafe. They're providing the opportunity for food courts in cafe and dinner formats. They've experience of more than 2 decades into operations of food and beverages, and they're providing this opportunity for all of you into different markets. Today, we do have Mr. Varun and Mr. Manas Vadva. They are the co-founders of KAFFIIA here on this platform. Along with them, we have Mr. Tarun Agarwal and Mr. Rohit from Franchise India, who are leading the franchisee of this brand into the market. I would like to welcome all of the panelists here on this panel today. And now I would like to request Mr. Manas and Mr. Varun to take the lead and explain us in detail about the brand and also about the business opportunity they have to share with all of you. I would like to request Mr. Manas to take the lead from here. Over to you, Mr. Manas.
A very good afternoon, everyone. And this is the first time that we are presenting on a webinar, so probably we would be a little nervous. And as Neha briefly introduced about our brand and about our company, let me also brief you about what we do and what we have been doing and achieving. So me and Varun actually started this journey in 2005, wherein we started our first restaurant in Sector 18, Noida, by the name of Desi Vibes. And then KAFFIIA was started after realizing that there is a big gap in Noida, and there was a big gap in Noida that time. And KAFFIIA became the first cafe that we launched in Noida in 2007. Since 2007, we have been running KAFFIIA very successfully in Sector 18 market, and the people from Noida, from their college times, and they know us very well. It's the go-to place for them. It's the place. It's always buzzing. So, having said that, we now are thinking that we can take KAFFIIA to a lot of places. We can share the success that we have had over the last 20 years, the experience that we have had from the last 20 years. And now we have created a format which not only saves in terms of investment, but it also helps you maximize your returns on the money that you invest. So we created a model in such a way that your investments are always safe and you are generating good ROI on the investments that you would be making. We can run through the slides, and you would be able to see KAFFIIA briefly. We have photographs, we have glimpses of our menu and what we have done, what we have achieved in this PPT. So Neha, if you can just slide on. So in KAFFIIA, we have a rooftop wherein, it's an open air cafe for everyone. We have our in-house bakery team. Our chef is an ex-Oberoi, and we bake all our breads in-house. You can order a customized cake. We have variety of eclairs that we serve. It is one of the largest variety of eclairs that we serve as a bakery. And there are very unique items that are customized and are very popular in KAFFIIA. So the ambience is created in such a way that even if you are a chai lover, even if you're a coffee lover, even if you're on a date or you're with your family, you would be able to enjoy. The corners are designed in such a way that it also gives you privacy, and it also gives you fun time. You can hang up with your gang, you can come with your family, you can have your personal moments and celebration. The entire decor is designed in such a way, and that's what we are popular about. So we have been awarded as the most Instagrammable cafe by many people, by many bloggers, by many social media companies in Delhi and around. So it gives you a brief about the investment model that we have created, wherein we guarantee you 100% ROI. See, when we talk about investment, when we talk about business, when we talk about starting your own cafe, uh, obviously there is nothing 100% guaranteed, or there is always a risk involved. But what we do is we minimize it. We minimize it by selecting the best locations for you. We minimize it by reducing the investment that you would be doing. We minimize it by the mistakes that you would probably do if you start your own cafe. We guide you with all our experience. We guide you with the right recipes. We guide you with the best of our team support, with the best of our marketing efforts. And this helps you to zero down on literally all the mistakes on all the front. So even if it is marketing, even if it is food cost, even it is selecting the right location, making the right investments, we make sure that there is no mistake happens in terms of investment and in terms of the return that you would be getting. So a very small example is whenever you'll go to a coffee place or a cafe, you would usually see a large machine or a big machine that people are operating, baristas are operating. You would see a lot of videos around it. You would see a lot of beans, and they would make a high. They would make a hype about it. That machine is usually 3.5 to 4 lakh rupees. But if that machine is not selling 100 cups a day, 100 coffee cups a day, it does not make any sense that you invest 4 lakh rupees in that machine. So we have created the same experience, the same taste, the same Italian coffee standard that we use, but with a machine of 30,000 rupees. So that is what the experience is. That's how we make sure that the investment that is going, every rupee that is spent, is in the right format. The second big benefit that we give you is that we don't take any money from you. Our model is designed in such a way that it's very transparent and it's very unique. We don't take a single money from you. We would just help you finalize the best location. Then you have the freedom to get that space made. We would share our experience to the interior designer who would be handling it, or the team who would be executing it. But it is your freedom that you want to hire your interior designer, you want to hire your team who would execute it. It is your freedom. Let's say if we are receiving a franchisee inquiry from Jaipur or Agra or Lucknow, a person there, if you are an investor from there, you would be able to handle the team who is executing better than we doing this from Delhi. But our experience, our design formats, our the entire formula that we have created would be handed over to the design and the executing team. So we are not involved. Even if you are purchasing a furniture, we are not involved. So sorry.
I'll
So even if we have to buy furniture, we have to buy kitchen vendor, we have to buy kitchen equipments, we have to buy anything. You have the freedom to invite quotes from all the vendors and then select the best one. We would assist you with all the vendors, we would assist you with all the quotations, and then you have the freedom to select one. So that the investment that you are making, we are not involved anywhere.
नहीं प्रवास
So
नहीं
sorry. No, so sorry. So that's what I was saying, that we are not we don't take any money from you. You have the freedom. We would give you all the experience. You build the entire place. Then the second thing is, uh, y- the basic question that everybody asks is, how much money is required to build a cafe? How much money is required to own your own cafe? So what we have done is, we have created a small formula. A small formula is that we would spend this much only per cafe. So let's say, if the space that we are looking at is 1,000 square feet, then 1,000 square feet into 3,000 rupees per square feet is what we have kept as an investment. So in 30 lakh rupees, we would be able to do one of the most beautiful and the Instagrammable cafe that you can own yourself. If the space is 2,000 square feet or 1,500 square feet, you just multiply it with 3,000 rupees per square feet, and you'll have the investment that the outlet would require. So these are the basics. These are the way we have created the entire model, in which the investment is minimized and every money that is invested is utilized in the best format. So Neha, we can move on to the next slide. The decor. This is the way that we design it. This is a painting done in our cafe by with the help of Blind School, and it was a complete event where we invited them, and then this beautiful picture. This is a hand painted picture that they did for us. Right. So as we have been in the market from the last 20 years, this is what we have been doing. If you are not consistent, if you are not serving your customers well, if you are not sending your customers happy, then obviously you will not be able to survive after the initial burst of customers that come and see you. एक नई जगह खुलने के बाद people come and see and visit you. उसके बाद probably that buzzes off. So अगर आप consistency maintain नहीं करेंगे, अगर आप अपने customers को लगातार खुश नहीं भेजेंगे, then that's the reason why businesses fail. So we make sure that the recipes are constant, the team, the chefs who are making it, the servers who are serving it, the freshness is maintained in the outlet, and it should always feel the customer who is walking into your cafe, that the cafe is new. It should never grow old. So these are the basic formulas that we work on, and to make sure that we are performing year on year basis, and we are increasing in sales on month and year on year basis. So next slide would have probably a snapshot of our menu. This is our tagline: food that is loved by everyone. Because we know when people are coming with family, people are coming only for coffee. So our TG starts actually from an age of 10, and our TG goes to age of 60, 65. And so that's how the entire menu is divided. We have healthy options as well. We have the menu that is only loved by kids, the menu which is only loved by gym freaks, and sorry, not gym, gym Tarunji like people. So, gym conscious, probably, health conscious people. Right, that's the right word. So we have a menu, we have an entire page who is only about healthy menu, who tells about each and every calorie that you are eating. So that's how the entire menu is divided. And the menu is very moderately priced. It's only 400, 450 rupees per person that would, cost you. So even if you are spending 45, 50 minutes, 1 hour, 1.5 hour in a cafe, it won't buzz you that कि मेरे को कल नहीं आना है. So अगर एक couple, एक family, एक friends आज भी आके खाना खा रहे हैं, दैट्स आवर फिलॉसफी कि वो कल भी आके खा सकें और ये नहीं सोचें कि कल मैंने इतना ज्यादा बिल दिया था.
Hi guys, so I'm going to take it forward from here. Thank you, Manas, for bringing up all the points which was mentioned and very critical for an investor. I'm going to run you down everybody on the menu side. But just to give a little elaboration on the menu, as Manas rightly mentioned, is a very great mix for people who come down to cafes regularly. Yeah, we have to understand what exactly is a cafe. The cafe is a place where people will just like to hang out and they would want to have their best of the things, which is definitely pocket friendly, good on calories, and it should not be that filling that it really fills them up. So our menu starts from soups and salads, then it goes down to the small plates and the large plate. The small plates are basically the starters, and it has all the cuisines possible. It's majority because it's an Italian place, so we have 50% of the menu which is based on the Italian cuisine. Then it's Lebanese, then we have continental food, which is very, very popular. Very few places in Noida and Delhi NCR are where you will be able to get good continental dishes. Apart from this, we are serving Mexican, a little bit of Oriental touch, a little bit of Thai touch is there, and a few knickknacks which are very easily consumable, like rolls and things like that. In the large plates is consisting of majorly the continental dishes, some very unique items like the age-old shepherd pie, which has gone extinct, is still getting served in our restaurant. We have the Florentine stuffed chicken. We have ratatouille. In the vegetarian, we have grilled cottage cheese. We have a lot of saute vegetable items, veg au gratin, things which are very, very unique and can be consumed at all given times throughout the day. Apart from this, since the pricing is very important, as Manas rightly mentioned, 450 bucks is a very sweet spot for the cafe goers these days, because today is the day of millennials, kids, teenagers, youngsters who would like to visit and eat out a lot. So they are always looking out for options where they don't need to think twice or thrice before going into a cafe. So it is a very pocket-friendly cafe, and it can suit any locations, be it a B town, be it a town, a small town. As Manas mentioned, we can look at Agra, we can look at Meerut, we can look at Lucknow, we can look at Pilibhit, we can look at any small locations. We can look at Raipur. All these locations are very, very favorable locations. In fact, even Punjab is a fabulous location, and you will see the small towns these days are have got a massive requirement for cafes. एनी लोकेशन चाहे आप कोई भी छोटी जगह जाएंगे, वहां पे यूथ को एक कैफे चाहिए जहां पे वो अपना पास्ता, पिज्जा, शेक्स ले सकते हैं. अपार्ट फ्रॉम फूड, हमारे मेन्यू के अंदर जो ड्रिंक्स मेन्यू है वो बहुत ज्यादा एलैबोरेट है. वन ऑफ द ओनली प्लेसेस विच इज सर्विंग मेगा शेक्स. मेगा शेक्स का ये मतलब हुआ कि बहुत बड़े शेक ग्लास के अंदर शेक है विद अ मैसिव टॉपिंग. बहुत ज्यादा टॉपिंग्स होती हैं उसके ऊपर. क्रीम की टॉपिंग होती है, ब्राउनी की टॉपिंग होती है, ओरियोज की टॉपिंग होती है, बहुत सारी टॉपिंग्स होती हैं इस तरीके की. प्लस हमारा, क्योंकि वी हैव अ बेकरी, सो द डिजर्ट सेक्शन इज ऑल्सो वेरी एक्सपेंसिव. Desserts, apart from the regular desserts, we have a jar selection also, which can be consumed and can be taken away also. So it becomes very handy and friendly to consume on the go also. We have particularly put stress on those items. So looking at the F&B increase pan India, अगर आप देखेंगे आज ज्यादातर cafes, restaurant, अगर आप देखेंगे industry, F&B industry is the maximum growth today in our country. सबसे ज्यादा ग्रोथ जो है हमारी कंट्री के अंदर वो F&B के अंदर हो रही है. रिटेल भी उतनी ज्यादा स्पीड से नहीं बढ़ पा रहा जितनी स्पीड से F&B बढ़ रहा है, बिकॉज पीपल हैव स्टार्टेड स्प्लर्जिंग ऑन फूड. कोविड के बाद लोगों को एक वेंजेंस है, एक रिवेंज बिंजिंग है कि यार बाकी सारी चीजें ठीक है बट हमारे को खाना तो खाना ही है. और कैफे एक ऐसी ऑप्शन बनती है जो नो नॉनसेंस ऑप्शन है. आप कभी भी जा सकते हैं, किसी भी वक्त डे के अंदर जा सकते हैं. अर्ली मॉर्निंग जाना है फॉर अ कप ऑफ कॉफी, फॉर अ कप ऑफ चाय, रेगुलर मीटिंग्स, किसी भी तरीके के ओकेजन्स के लिए कैफे इज द बेस्ट सूटेड इन्वेस्टमेंट व्हेन इट कम्स टू एन F&B इंडस्ट्री वर्टिकल. ऑल्सो सिंस इट्स अ इन्वेस्टमेंट फ्रेंडली मॉडल, जहां पे 3,000 रुपीज पर हेड के पर स्क्वायर फीट के हिसाब से हमारी इन्वेस्टमेंट होती है, तो 30 to 40 लाख के अंदर आपका एक कैफे, एक अच्छा सा स्वीट लिटिल कैफे आपके लिए रेडी हो जाता है, विच कैन बी वेरी वेरी प्रॉफिट मेकिंग प्रोसेस, बिकॉज इसके अंदर रेवेन्यूज बहुत अच्छे आ जाते हैं कैफे के अंदर, क्योंकि वो ऑल डे डाइनर होता है तो नॉन स्टॉप चलता है कैफे. डिलीवरीज बहुत ज्यादा अच्छी होती हैं, बिकॉज आजकल सब जगह पे लोग बाग अच्छा खाना खाना चाहते हैं, एक ऑथेंटिक मेन्यू चाहते हैं लोग बाग. सो उस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से द कैफे रियली वर्क्स इन वेरी वेरी वेल फॉर अस. Manas, why don't we take them around how the financial plan is planned, apart from the investment, how the ROIs, क्योंकि हर किसी को सवाल होगा कि किस तरीके से उनके पैसे वापस आएंगे. सिंस कैफे जो है हमारा इन्वेस्टमेंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू और ROI एक अलग पॉइंट होता है. हमारे को 17-18 साल हो गए कैफे को चलाते हुए. हम आपको ये भी बताना चाहेंगे कि इट इज नॉट ओनली दी ROI. अक्सर क्या करते हैं ब्रांड्स ROI के ऊपर फोकस करते हैं बट आपकी इन्वेस्टमेंट को भूल जाते हैं. Let's say if you are investing 30 lakh rupees, the minute you get your 30 lakh rupees, let's say in a year and a half or 2 years, उसके बाद आप देखेंगे ब्रांड की इतनी ज्यादा प्रेजेंस नहीं रहती है. आपको उनको लगता है कि जी आपके पैसे तो वापस आ गए. बट हमारा फोकस ऐसा नहीं है. हम ROI बेस्ड नहीं है. हम बेसिकली आपकी इन्वेस्टमेंट का 5x बेस्ड है. हम ये कोशिश करेंगे लेट्स से आपने जो इन्वेस्टमेंट करी है उसका हम एटलीस्ट 5x आपको वापस दे, जिससे आपको ऐसा लगे कि हाँ, जो मैंने इन्वेस्टमेंट करी थी वो सही ब्रांड के साथ करी थी और वो हमारे साथ हमेशा साथ में हाथ पकड़ के खड़े हुए. ऐसा नहीं कि आपने 2 या 3 साल अपने हमने आपकी मदद कर दी और उसके बाद आप हमारे साथ परेशान है, किसी ब्रांड के साथ पर्टिकुलरली परेशान है. अक्सर ऐसे जो नई कंपनीज आती हैं उनके साथ होता है बिकॉज इतना एक्सपीरियंस नहीं होता कि कितने साल तक कितनी. शुरुआत में तो कैफेज बहुत अच्छे चलते हैं बट क्या वो सालों साल अच्छा काम कर सकता है, उसका प्रूफ ऑफ जो कॉन्सेप्ट है वो हमारे पास है. बिकॉज हमारे को 18 साल हो गए कैफे रन करते हुए. बहुत ही कम ब्रांड्स होंगे कैफे इंडस्ट्री के अंदर जो इतने टाइम तक सरवाइव कर सकें. इसका मेन रीजन जैसे मानस ने बताया था, छोटे छोटे पॉइंट्स. मटेरियल मैनेजमेंट है हमारी, यूनिक मेन्यू है हमारा, डिजाइन फॉर्मेट है, जो हमारा फॉर्मेट बना हुआ जो प्लान बनाया हुआ आपके लिए वो बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रांग है. जो आपको मंथली रिटर्न देना होता है वो बहुत ज्यादा ईज्ड आउट है. रेसिपीज बहुत ज्यादा क्लियर हैं. मार्केटिंग बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रांग है. फूड कॉस्ट बहुत ज्यादा कंट्रोल्ड है. तो ये सारे के सारे पॉइंट्स जो होते हैं वो बहुत ज्यादा क्रिटिकल होते हैं फॉर अ सक्सेस ऑफ अ कैफे. सो आई विल अर्ज एवरीबडी टू लुक इनटू इट विद द प्रोस्पेक्ट कि हम उसको 5x और एक इन्वेस्टमेंट इस तरीके से देखें कि आपको आपका पैसा मल्टीपल टाइम्स और मल्टीपल फोल्ड मिले और लगातार मिलते रहे सालों साल, डेकेड्स हो. So over to Tarunji from here. Tarunji, how would you want to take it forward on the webinar? Any questions and answers for us
So,
to reply on?
so what we can do is we will explain to you the three different formats that we have. The current slide says the franchisee model food court. Then we have cafe, then we have diner. So what we have done is we have created three different formats for franchisee. And depending on the budget, depending on the location, a person can select any of these format according to his liking. The first format is the food court format that you can see. Usually हर एक सिटी के अंदर 2 या 3 मॉल्स होते हैं जो बहुत ज्यादा सक्सेसफुल होते हैं. हमारे नोएडा के अंदर मॉल ऑफ इंडिया है. इन साउथ दिल्ली you have City Walk. In Gurgaon you have Ambience Mall. Similarly in Lucknow you have Palazzo, and going forward in every other city you have set of successful malls. If a mall is successful, that means the food court is successful. And जितने जो एक फूड कोर्ट की पाई होती है, एक फूड कोर्ट की सेल होती है, that is again divided into the counters that are present in the food court. So if you would see the kind of cuisine that we serve, currently there is no person in a food court model who is doing that. So do you remember eating a pasta or eating a ratatouille or eating a spaghetti in any food court, or any person who is serving that? There's hardly a brand who is doing that. And so that's how we captured this gap, and we said that there's a huge gap in the current food court market, जहाँ पे आपको usually Domino's, Burger, KFC, Wow Momos और यही मिलेंगे. लेकिन एक ऐसा कैफे जो आपको सारे मेन्यू सर्व कर सके, वो you would rarely find that in a food court. सो फूड कोर्ट मॉडल के अंदर बहुत कम इन्वेस्टमेंट होती है. यूजुअली आउटलेट जो है वो 20 to 24 लाख रुपीस के अंदर रेडी हो जाता है. The returns is very high because if the mall is successful, the food court would be successful, and that's how your outlet would be successful. This is our first model. Moving forward, we have a cafe. Neha, if you can change the slide. We have cafe format. Cafe format is a small format of 1,000 square feet, 1,200 square feet. It's like more of a coffee shop that we see, and with 40 to 50 people of sitting, 200 square feet of area, 250 square feet of area devoted to the kitchen so that we can serve the best of the menu and the best of the selection there. The investment is capped at 30-35 lakh rupees in the outlet, so that हम ज़्यादा overspend ना कर दें, because it's 1000 square feet outlet, तो हमें जो हमारी sale है वो उसी के according होगी. Third is the diner format, in the next slide, wherein we do a full-fledged cafe with our bakery. This is usually 2000 square feet to 2200 square feet, wherein we would have a bakery selection, full-fledged bakery selection. We would have the entire cafe selection, and then it is designed in such a way that we can cater to large number of people, large number of group, and the sitting capacity increases to approximately 80 to 100 people in the diner. But having said that, we have capped the investment in such a way that 2000 square feet ka outlet bhi, we would be able to get that ready in 50 lakh rupees, with the best of the interiors and everything. So ये 3 formats हैं जिनके ऊपर हम काम कर रहे हैं अभी. As Arun was saying that, nobody talks about money. As we do, we make sure that, whatever money that you have invested after trusting our brand, you get the right investment, you get the right return out of it, you get the right multiply of your returns on it. And we have kept it very transparent. We have kept it very unique. You would have a dashboard on your mobile जिससे आप हमेशा देख पाएंगे कि आपके अभी आउटलेट में कितने लोग खाना खा रहे हैं, कितनी टेबल चल रही है, आपके किचन में क्या ऑर्डर प्लेस हो रहा है. इवन इफ यू आर नॉट देयर एट द आउटलेट, यू वुड बी एबल टू मॉनिटर इट. सो हमारा पीओएस जो सिस्टम है वो बहुत ज्यादा एडवांस सिस्टम है. Then we have an ordering process system which is also very advanced, which helps you save a lot of money while running the entire outlet, and so on.
Also, after sales, we have a very strong back-end auditing system also, wherein there is a office, it's a satellite office where all the details of your accounting on आपकी profitability के ऊपर focus करते हुए सारे के सारे bills, सारी की सारी sales, सब कुछ capture होती है और आप अपनी profitability week on week, month on month, day and day आप अपने ऐप के ऊपर चेक कर सकते हैं उसको किस तरीके से. So it will be a very very interesting format. जिस तरीके से हमने processes और अपने SOPs को format कर रखा है वो बहुत ही ज्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग है और काफी टेक्नोलॉजिकली वेरी एडवांस्ड हैं व्हेन दीज प्रोसेसेस हैव बीन मेड जस्ट टू इंश्योर दैट the overall management of the cafe is very smooth, it's very automatic. ऑटोमेशन के ऊपर काफी ज्यादा फोकस करा गया हमारे यहाँ पे, इसीलिए जिससे आपको ईज रहे टू ऑपरेट इट इन एवरी फैशन. Tarunji, any questions for us now?
Hi, thank you. Thanks. It's what a very insight information about your brand, which you have given here. So we have got a lot of questions. So I'll take question one by one, and you can just answer further on the same. So there is a question from Mr. Samar Sharma. He has been asking, like, what is the average ticket size for a cafe presently?
So as we mentioned, it's around 450 to 500 bucks is the APC, the average per ticket.
Correct. Now the second question from Mr. Shrikant Purohit: what is the break-even sales per day to get the payback with respective ROI in respective mentioned time?
Correct. So with an investment of around 30 lakhs to 40 lakhs, depending on the location, we are expecting an approximation sale of around 18 to 20 lakh rupees in a small town, जिसका break even जो है वो approximately 12 से 14 लाख रुपए के ऊपर आ जाता है. And the rest of the money, around 20 to 25%, is the profit which comes down to you.
There is a question from Mr. Ashu Saxena that here as he has been mentioning, like probably you mentioned 3,000 rupees per square feet for a setup cost.
Correct.
In a food
Correct.
court. So you have highlighted 22 to 24 lakhs for a 300 square feet.
Correct. So in a food court, what happens, Tarun?
Yes.
Sorry.
The civil as well as the furniture is not required for food court.
Exactly. So in a food court, what happens is a food court is only one wall which has the front area, and then the back wall is the entire kitchen setup. तो इसके अंदर बहुत ज्यादा सेफ्टी नॉर्म्स होते हैं जो मॉल्स के हमें फॉलो करने पड़ते हैं. बहुत ज्यादा यू नो FAC norms होते हैं जो हम follow करते हैं. So the entire setup, which includes a list of kitchen equipment, safety norms, branding, LEDs, a little bit of interiors जो wall के ऊपर tiles लगती हैं, and then the front counter, everything gets wrapped it up in 20 to 24 lakh rupees. In some cases, we have seen people have been able to achieve that in 18 lakh rupees also. And in some cases, we have seen people have achieved it above 25 lakh rupees also. It also depends, which mall are you participating. If you're participating in a Phoenix mall, then their standard security norms are very high. So it becomes very difficult to procure items and the procure things which are, according to Indian norms. So they would only tell you to buy things which are UL listed, which are approved by the entire fire body, and so on. So sometimes it becomes expensive to procure those items. But having said that, 20 to 24 lakh rupees is the ballpark figure wherein a food court outlet can be successfully started.
What we need to see also is when we are investing, we also need to see कि किस तरीके की सेल्स आ सकती हैं उस फूड कोर्ट के अंदर. हम एक फूड कोर्ट की स्केल अप्रोक्सीमेटली हम जो इजीली हम 12 से 15 लाख रुपए की फूड कोर्ट की सेल कर सकते हैं. तो आप ये सोचिए जहां 25 लाख रुपए लगा के अगर वहां पे 15 लाख रुपए की सेल आ रही है, सो इट बिकम्स अ वेरी ल्यूक्रेटिव सिनारियो हियर. सो इन्वेस्टमेंट उसी हिसाब से होती है कि आपका जो काउंटर है वो इतना ज्यादा स्टैंड आउट करे, आपका किचन जो है वो इस तरीके से ऑर्डर्स को डिस्पेंस कर सके जिससे डिले ना हो. क्योंकि फूड कोर्ट में हमारे को ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा, लोगों के पास टाइम नहीं होता. 5 से 7 मिनट से हद से 10 मिनट के ऊपर पीपल डोंट वेट, because people don't have that kind of patience in a food court to wait for the food, because there is nothing else to look around or to experience. It's just a regular seating in a big hall and they're just looking here and there. So उनके लिए जो किचन को पावर करना पड़ता है उसके अंदर 4x पावर लग जाती है. किचन के अंदर, बैक एरिया के अंदर सब सारे सिस्टम्स को इस तरीके से बनाया जाता है कि खाना जो है वो डिस्पेंस बहुत जल्दी हो सके. Next question or anything
Correct.
else
Yeah.
in
So
this
there
particular
is,
question you would want us to
yes,
elaborate?
there are a lot of other questions as well. Let me take it one by one. The other question is, what is the current sale of the outlet which we have got there in Noida as of now?
So Tarunji, right now in Noida,
So,
we have been consistently touching a sale of around 25 to 30 lakh rupees on a monthly note. And this has been carried on forever. And we've been very, very comfortable with the sales and the returns on from the cafe.
is it another question from Mr. Sunil? The presentation has a very high level overview on financials. However, you would like to see the financials, income, expense, cash flow, profit margin, ROI, and so on. So we can connect over the Zoom call, Mr. Sunil, after this call. So my colleague, Mr. Rohit, will explain it to you. And
Right,
then we'll take Mr. Manas.
we have
Yeah.
an elaborated financial sheet which explains you each and everything about where the money would be utilized, where how the returns would be coming, an entire profit and loss statement created. We have already shared that with the franchisee team, and they can help you, with the same.
What is the expected EBITDA and the net profit?
So we
Expecting around
maintain
20 to
20 to
25%, sir.
So there is a question like, I mean, if you have gotten an outlet there in Delhi and so would you be able to provide the bakery product from your central kitchen, or are you supposed to make the entire thing there at the store?
So it totally depends on the cold chain supply and the logistics of the new outlet which we are opening. We need to understand what exactly is the proximity towards our location. Only then we will be able to let you know. If it's a drivable, motorable distance of 300 kilometers, then it is manageable twice a week. But otherwise, it becomes very difficult because at the end, the cost per unit to supply that will become very expensive. So we have to do a analysis wherein we need to understand what is the risk and what is the reward here.
Another question from Mr. Sunil, are we open for Pune in the Maharashtra region?
Sorry, I could not hear that.
Are we open for Pune area, Maharashtra?
Yes, Pune, we are open. Pune, we are already operating our QSR brand, Kasi Kulcha, in 3 malls. So we are definitely open in Pune.
And it's a great market, sir. Pune is more of youth oriented. Pune has a lot of colleges. If you select the right location, you see that the cafe in Pune are very, very successful. They receive a lot number of customers because it's an all dining cafe. So it's a very successful market.
Correct. So similar question that are we open for Gujarat as well as for Maharashtra? Also, are we open for the FOCO option as well?
We are open for Gujarat market also. Gujarat is also a very fabulous market. Surat, Ahmedabad are very, very great locations to start the cafes. The student crowd, again, the millennials is massive there. FOCO model is currently not available with KAFFIIA. So we may not be able to offer a FOCO model, but definitely a FOFO model is available, wherein we ensure that all the operations and the automation which we have been able to do here shall be replicable for the franchisee so that he can maintain and operate the outlet with utmost ease.
So similarly, another question like, are we open for the tier 2 and tier 3 in Maharashtra also, or only for the metro, the tier 1 city there?
At the end, we can definitely tier 3. We need to look and we need to understand the market. If the market is right, the crowd is there, and the investment can ensure a good return for the franchisee, we'll be happy. It is not. We are not interested for our return. We are more interested for the investor. Will the investor will be able to get that kind of money back from that location is more important, because what often happens is that people tend to invest in their own home station, not realizing obviously there is emotional values which are attached, and ease and comfort. However, what happens is that probably that location is not evolved or developed to that level where it can give the kind of returns according to the format which we give. So definitely, it's an analysis based question which can only be analyzed once we have the location and the location understanding towards it.
Also, another question, will you help to provide the staff and to train the staff?
Indeed, we will be. We will be offering that.
That's our basic job. So we would have to do that.
Another, I mean, do you have any expertise in terms to provide the support in terms of the ingredients or any spices which you have got, or locally you'd like to procure?
See, Pan India, to be honest, the availability of raw material and ingredients have been very, very eased now. Apart from this, in case there is a particular issue when it comes to a particular type of a cheese or a particular type of a herb which is not available in that location, we will definitely will be able to provide that to you.
So
Like
what
we do a lot of masalas and all for our different outlets. We have been sending them masalas, our homegrown masalas from Delhi to Pune to Bangalore to Hyderabad to Lucknow. We have been sending these masalas.
And Tarunji, 90% of the products that we use are company products. So we use ITC, we use Mode, we use these companies have all over India presence. So it will never be an issue that procuring raw material and procuring the same raw material that we do here in Delhi in any other city.
Great. So we have almost covered a lot of questions here. Still, we have been having the questions which we can answer. So what is the brand USP? There is a question from Mr. Ashu Saxena.
There cannot be one USP. There cannot be multiple USP. It's an overall package what we've been able to make. Today, a very well packed, very well maneuvered, very well oiled system is the uniqueness of our brand. The way, the longevity of the cafe, wherein people have been regular with us day in and day out, generation wise, who people who used to date at a cafe, got married, and they come with our kids. That is the kind of USP when you feel that, and when they come and tell us that, you remember we used to come 17 years back and 18 years back, today meet our kids, and the kids have grown up. That is the biggest USP. Nothing else can give you the kind of gratification when you see generations dining at your cafe regularly, loyally. That is the biggest USP which KAFFIIA has. And we ensure that it should be replicated to all the locations which we open.
And see, every customer looks for a unique USP. Every customer would expect a different USP. So, let's say a person who is coming for a meeting, for a business meeting, would for him the USP would be a corner where he can just sip a coffee and nobody disturbs him. If a family is coming there, they would look for a USP which serves them best of the food at the right price, and then they have, the menu should be there for each and every family member. So every person looks at the USP at a different way, and that's how we have built the entire cafe. Wherein we are able to cater to a kid who is coming at when he is 10 years old or 5 years old, and to a CEO who is coming for a business meeting. The entire cafe is built in such a way that they get what they are looking for in our cafe.
Correct. So I think we have covered all of the questions as of now. So Neha, I think we can move forward. So we'll take
Yeah.
another question.
Thank you, Tarun. Before we take it off, we close the webinar, I want to ask one thing, and I want you to please explain our participants about the ideal location which you suggest for your cafe. You've explained a lot about the cafe and about the services, your brand history and everything. The only one thing, since we were getting so many questions from the people, they're showing interest into your brand. So if you can just advise over the ideal location which you think is, a right location for the cafe like you to open.
See, for any F&B brand for its success, there are three very important things. And thank you so much for this question, Neha. The three most important things for an F&B brand to be successful is location, first, second, location, third is the location. It's very, very important where you pitch yourself. As somebody mentioned that will a tier 3 or a tier 2 city are you also open? And I very well mentioned that location is very, very important. Understand to a point. जो भी हम investment कर रहे हैं, let's say we are spending 30 lakh rupees or 40 lakh rupees, majority of that money is actually spent on that particular location. अब जो लेट्स से जो प्रोजेक्ट कॉस्ट है, वो प्रोजेक्ट कॉस्ट सेम रहेगी चाहे वो टियर 3 में हो, टियर 2 में हो, टियर 1 में हो, बट द ओनली डिफरेंस विल बी द रेंटल्स. ओके. अक्सर क्या होता है, इन्वेस्टर्स क्योंकि उनकी खुद की जगह होती है, कुछ होता है, तो वो एक एक ऑफबीट लोकेशन को ले लेते हैं विच मे नॉट बी एबल टू गिव देम द बेस्ट रिटर्न्स या बेस्ट सेल्स, बिकॉज टॉप लाइन्स जब आएंगी तभी बॉटम लाइन्स आ पाएंगी. तो टॉप लाइन्स उतनी नहीं आ पाती जब हम राइट लोकेशन नहीं चूज करते. So location choosing, the choice of location has to be very crisp, very, very essential and an important aspect, and the first step to ensure the success of the outlet and to ensure the money is actually invested in the right space. बिकॉज सैल्वेज वैल्यू बहुत कम होती है एक रेस्टोरेंट के अंदर. मूव अराउंड करने में बहुत ज्यादा पैसा लग जाता है बिकॉज हमारे को सिविल का भी काम कराना होता है, प्लम्बिंग भी करानी होती है, काफी सारी इलेक्ट्रिकल वर्क भी बहुत सारा कराना होता है. तो हम एक राइट स्पेस पे उसको इन्वेस्ट करें लोकेशन को, तो बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट रहती है. अब आ गए हम कि किस तरीके की लोकेशन होनी चाहिए. हाई ट्रैफिक जोन होना चाहिए, मैसिव फुटफॉल्स होने चाहिए, प्रॉक्सिमिटी टूवर्ड्स रेजिडेंशियल एरियाज एंड कॉर्पोरेट्स होना चाहिए, प्रॉक्सिमिटी टूवर्ड्स कॉलेजेस होना चाहिए जहाँ पे हर तरीके का यूथ, old, family-oriented people, corporates, people from all walks of life can actually dine in and come to our cafe. So generally क्या होता है कि अच्छी markets जो होती हैं, एक city की कोई भी prominent market होगी या prominent mall होगा, वो एक best suited location होगी rather than a regular offbeat residential location.
Thank you so much, Varunji. Thanks a lot. Before we close it off, any last message you want to share with our people, the participants who are watching you live?
All I would say is before you selecting any brand, it's very important. आज की डेट में क्या होता है कि जब भी हम कभी फ्रैंचाइज के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से
इन्वेस्ट करें. सो अंडरस्टैंड दैट व्हाई. पहले आप ये सोचिए कि आपको क्या एफएनबी सूट करता है कि नहीं करता. जब आप एफएनबी सूट करें तो उसके बाद आप ब्रांड के बारे में जरूर जानें. ब्रांड के बारे में जानने के लिए उन ब्रांड की कोई एग्जिस्टेंस नहीं है, ब्रांड की एग्जिस्टेंस उनके को फाउंडर्स और फाउंडर्स के है। तो उन को फाउंडर्स के बारे में जानिए कि उनकी क्या एक्सपर्टीज है, उनका क्या एक्सपीरियंस है, उनकी क्या गुडविल है मार्केट के अंदर, उसके बाद आप इन्वेस्ट करिए। दैट इज द बेस्ट सूटेड इन्वेस्टमेंट फॉर यू। और जरूर ध्यान रखिएगा कि क्या उनके पास इतनी पेडिग्री है, क्या वो इतने टाइम से बिजनेस के अंदर हैं, दैट विल दे बी एबल टू इंश्योर कि आपको कहीं पे भी आपका बिजनेस हैम्पर ना हो, आपको रिटर्न्स कहीं हैम्पर ना हो। सो ये सारे पॉइंट्स बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है बिफोर चूजिंग द राइट ब्रांड। So I hope and I urge that everybody who's there on the call will be able to have a successful brand franchisee with them very soon. Wish you all the best. I would not like to say that take us or take KAFFIIA or to take DC Vibes or to take Kaase Kulcha. Yeah, हमारे multiple brands जो हैं, but take the right person, the right founders who will be there holding your hands through every thick and thin. समय खराब भी आते, कोविड का टाइम देख चुके हैं हम, जहाँ पे सारे बिजनेसेस इंपैक्ट हुए थे। तो ऐसे टाइम पे कौन सा ब्रांड है जो आपको बता सके कि आपको क्या स्टेप्स लेने हैं जिससे आप सर्वाइव भी कर सकें और उस जो दौर है उसको गुजार भी निकाल सकें। सो इट्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट।
Thank you so much, Varunji. Any last message, Mr. Manas, you want to give before we go off?
No, I guess the entire webinar was great, and we have conveyed each and everything. The only thing that I was remembering that we have missed is one more thing that we have missed while explaining each and everything to the participant is that in our tagline, when we talk about investment, we also say no royalty fee till you are profitable. So that is our mantra. We don't want to be a burden. We always want to be your support. We always want to be your backbone, a support system that you can rely on. We don't want to charge you a royalty fee until unless you have become profitable. So once probably we will sit on one-to-one meeting and we would discuss it further. We would explain you in detail that what we mean according to that. And we have kept sales figure for each and every outlet, for each and every format, where we won't be charging any royalty fee till the time that we see that the outlet has reached a sales figure that we created before, we wanted the outlet to be successful.
I think that's a wonderful thing, and this is something which makes your brand different from the other F&B brands. And usually we don't get this kind of thing with other brands where they are, when it's about charging royalty fee, they don't give this option to, get the royalty fee once the outlet or the franchise is in profit. But I think it's a great USP also. It's a part of your USP. You're giving this opportunity to the franchisee partners by which you're going to get their trust also. And this is what we call a hand holding. So thank you so much for this update also, Manasji. I think this is a very important point which everyone should know about your brand before they take it forward. So thanks a lot for your time, Mr. Varun, Mr. Manas. I hope the brand detail which we have shared with you are going to help you in understanding the brand in detail. I would request Tarun and Rohit to drop down their contact details into the chat window. Mr. Rohit is going to get in touch with you for one-to-one discussions and to take the conversation forward to connect you with Mr. Varun and Manas. If you're interested, you can directly reach out to us on our hotline number also. So thanks a lot, everyone, all the panelists for joining us today on this webinar. Tomorrow, again, we are coming up with a great opportunity for all of you. I have already dropped down the registration link into the chat window so that you can click on the link and you can get yourself registered in advance for our tomorrow's webinar. Tomorrow, we are going to present a great international opportunity with the Australian premium burger joint, which is called Hello Hari. To explore this opportunity, please click on the link and get yourself registered in advance and join us tomorrow. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you will all have a wonderful day ahead. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Neha. Thank you everybody
Thank
for
you.
Franchise India.